We all spend a lot of time in our bathroom, right, guys? So whether it's getting ready in the morning or wrapping it up in the evening, we need to have a bathroom that's going to function for us. And that's going to start by decluttering that invisible clutter that we have done a really good job of squirreling away, right? And then now we're realizing that all of our squirreling is not actually helping us to keep an organized and decluttered bathroom. Let's talk about number two, and that is to keep one product per category. Let's talk about it. So if you're somebody like myself who used to have like 5 or 6 face washes and you thought that you were really going to use all those 5 products for all the different face problems you might be having, in reality, are you doing that? Because I wasn't, right? And I realized over the years that the best face wash that I've ever used is actually just some dandruff shampoo that has some active ingredients for the kind of acne that I have. Because I think a lot of us can't keep up with having multiple steps in order to get ready for bed, multiple steps in order to get ready in the morning. We need the best, most inclusive product that's going to work for us. And so think about that today as you're decluttering your bathroom. What is your favorite face wash that you've been using over and over again? Let's declutter the rest of them and put this one face wash that we're using in the most prime, best place. And I'll be honest with you, when I went into Ulta years ago, I asked a lady that was working at the makeup desk, what is the best face wash? And she said that you should just use soap. That's all she uses. So what are we doing? We are way overspending on all of these products when honestly, the simplest thing is usually the best. Okay, welcome to my favorite rule. Hi. This next rule rocked my socks, and that is to keep a empty or as clear as possible counter spaces. Now, this goes for a lot of places in my home, but especially in my bathroom because it's yucky. It's gross. It gets splatters all over the place. There's always toothpaste running somewhere. If you have kids like I do, then you know what I'm talking about here, but it's so difficult to clean if there's constantly a flow of stuff on the countertops. And so what I've had to do over the years is realize that all I can really handle is some soap and everything else has to find a different home. Now, I do recommend finding the closest home possible, like my makeup and my toothbrush are all very close to the counter space, but having that flat surface basically empty means that girlfriend is actually going to wipe it off and keep it clean as possible. And that when it does get dirty, I notice it because there's not a bunch of stuff that's crowding that flat surface. So today, get a little basket and put those things that have been on your countertop, just clogging up the space, and leave them in that basket and slowly work out where would be another really good, convenient place that you could put these things where you're going to remember they're there and they're also easy to get in and put away. All right, the next rule that we're going to incorporate is called the finish first rule. And basically it just means that we're going to take a product that we enjoy and we have, and we're going to finish the whole thing before we start looking for another. And I know I recently just got a comment saying how crazy I was for that rule and how that would never work and you like to have tons of extras. And if that works for you and you have the space and it's not overwhelming you, then go for it. I am not here to tell you what to do. But it does really help me mentally if I use up my product before I buy new. And I do live near lots and lots of places that I can restock my stuff. So I never feel that anxiety that I would, I guess, if I lived in the middle of nowhere. Really, I think this rule came from the minimalists when they talked about if you are ready to get rid of something, can you get it again in 20 minutes for $20 or less? And a lot of times my face, my hair products, all those kind of things falls into that realm. So if I can get it again in 20 minutes, I don't need to stockpile it in my house and make my house a living storage unit. And recently I'm just finishing up a face cream that I use at night, and I'm so excited about it. If you've never finished any kind of products, then you don't know the gratification that you get when you finish the whole thing and you finally get to get a new one. It is just such a great feeling, an accomplishment. I know that sounds silly to say, but it does feel like an accomplishment. Okay, so going along with that, the next thing that I want you to look for to declutter in your bathroom today is your fantasy items. I know I've talked about this a lot when it comes to our clothing, but girl can also do that same thing when it comes to products like nail polish or face makeup. Of course, it's for your face, or makeup, things like that. I can totally fall into the tornado of buying things because I think I'm going to use them, and girl never does, right? So let's look at least at our nail polish today. Are there nail polishes that you don't really ever use, that have been in there forever, that you open and they're kind of crusty? Those ones you know you can go because you haven't been using them and enjoying them. They were maybe a fantasy self, a person you thought that you were going to be. Honestly, I really don't even do my nails very often at all. I have a few because I do enjoy it for special occasions, but I mainly just look like this most of the time. It's usually the easiest, the simplest products that are going to be ones that we're going to end up loving and using over and over again. And those fantasy products usually get pushed right to the back and become beautiful decor storage pieces that stay in our bathroom way too long. All right, I'm going to say something that might blow your mind, but I'm going to say it anyway, and you can take it or leave it. But I have one towel for myself, one towel for my husband, and then my daughter has one towel, and then each of us have a beach towel. So it's 6 towels that we have in our house, and that's it. I know that's crazy, and if you have tons of guests that come over all the time, I know you're gonna want an extra set. We end up, when we have guests, we just use the beach towel. I know that's weird, but it's okay. When you become more minimalist, you realize that society thinks you're a little weird, and it's okay. It all ends up working out. But today, I want you to look at your towels. I want you to look at your rags, wash rags that you have, and any kind of linens that you have in your bathroom, and really question, am I keeping this for the guests that I may never have? Am I keeping this because I've just had it forever, and so why should I get rid of it? Am I keeping it because it's just there and I don't know what to do with it? That is where I feel like a lot of us fall into when it comes to our linens and when it comes to our towels. We just have them. We don't have a reason to have them, we just do. And I know that the towel thing doesn't work for everybody, and we only have one sheet for our bed, and that doesn't work for everybody. But what I'm saying is that when you start to question why you need it and you have a good laundry cycle, then you realize you just don't need nearly as many. You could get down to maybe 2 or 3 sets and still feel really secure and happy without having all of that extra stuff to have to store all year long. Since we're already in the bathroom, I wanted to say a quick thank you to today's sponsor, which is Surrey. I have had this toothbrush since Christmas, and I have been absolutely loving it. After decluttering our countertops, the last thing we want to do is clutter up our countertops again. And so that is a big reason why I've loved this upgrade. I've been using the magnet that comes with this Surrey toothbrush. It goes right onto my mirror. It's really easy access, so it's right there where I'm gonna need it. And it makes it so that this is not sitting around looking ugly on my countertops. Especially with my much smaller bathroom now, I'll say that I do not have the same amount of storage space and room to have things like toothbrushes. And so having an easy place off the countertop has made a huge difference. I also love that they put a really good battery in this thing. And so you just have to charge it once, and you can have this thing last for over a month. So you're not having those bulky cords on the countertops all the time. So if you want to try it out today, you can use my code and get up to 30% off your Surrey toothbrush. And you will very quickly see why I love this so much. All right, I hope you guys are still with me. My name is Becky Truda. I have been decluttering for about 6 years and went from complete chaos to much, much more minimal, and I'm loving it. So that's why I like to talk to you guys. But if you're new here, please come join us and subscribe. And of course, if you're already here with us decluttering, then throw a heart emoji down below, because we all like to see that we're all in this together. But the next one is probably one of the best things that took me a little while to get to. I love a good bin in my bathroom closet. And my neighbor actually gave me the nicest compliment the other day. She went into my bathroom and she came back out and she's like, I have literally never seen such an organized bathroom closet. And man, I was glowing. Girl was on fire, okay? I was on fire. It felt so good. All that hard work, right? It was paying off. People were noticing that I had put a little bit of effort in, and I don't know. It just made me feel really good. I have ADHD, so my brain is constantly on 1,000. Girl has a million tabs open, and I need my bathroom to feel simple, even though there's a lot of colors. So if you go into your bathroom closet and something that you're noticing is you're overstimulated, a lot of times for me, it was that there was too much visually going on for me to see, for me to figure out what I even needed. So if you have a lot of those clear bins and those don't feel like they're working for you, try a more solid bin with a lid and label it. And the other thing that I want you to try inside of those bins, I want you to put some dividers. So for me, in my medicine bin and my hair bin, I have some dividers that divide up things into smaller categories. And it really helps you figuring out when you have too much that you need to declutter that bin, but also it gives you a home for those items. Everything isn't just juggling around inside of the bigger bin. It gives it a very specific place to sit, if you know what I mean. So adding dividers into your bigger bins, thinking about getting bins that maybe you can't see through if you're overstimulated is definitely a really good place to start. Okay, I'm just gonna throw this out here because this is a hill that girl is willing to die on. And that is one of the biggest problems we're having in our bathroom. Why we're so overwhelmed is because we have decor in our bathroom. Now you can turn it off right now if you don't agree with me, but it was something that I realized when I started to declutter my bathroom over the years that I loved decor in my bathroom. I had those fake plants, I had shelves, I had all the stuff, right? And then I didn't want to clean it. I didn't want to spend a lot of time in my bathroom cleaning more than I had to. What was happening? I was constantly in a state of anxiety every time I went in the bathroom because I saw all of these things that were red flags that I needed to clean and I just wasn't willing to do it. So if you have decor in your bathroom and you are not willing and happy when you go in there to clean it and take care of it, then that is a really good sign to you that you have reached your threshold, that you are beyond what you can handle. But what I also had to come to acknowledge was that even if I liked this decor and I thought it looked pretty and I thought it looked cute and it looked like all the cute magazines that we see, if I was overstimulated by it and it was too much for me, then it didn't matter if I liked it. It had to go because the bathroom should be a place of solace and peace and should not be a place that we feel like we're constantly having to clean up all of the excess stuff when we really just don't have to. This next one I recently just learned about, but it's something that I've been doing and it makes so much sense. But it is the idea that you're gonna reset your bathroom like a hotel room, like a nice hotel room, okay? Not one of those like sketchy ones that I've been to way too often. We're gonna have a limited amount of things on the sink. We're gonna have a limited amount of linens out, only the things that we're using immediately. And while we're doing our reset, we're gonna think like, this is my beautiful spa hotel bathroom. What are the things that I can really handle having out that would make it feel like a spa, right? Like a place we actually want to sit and enjoy. And I know a lot of us have kids or we have pets and all this stuff. So there sometimes is things that you wouldn't necessarily find in a hotel room, bubble soap being one of mine right now. But the things that you can control, let's control and try and wipe off the flat surfaces in the evening or in the morning, whatever works for you. And think about it as a hotel. Take away a lot of the stuff that just isn't needed. You wouldn't see it out if you were having a wonderful evening at a hotel. Let me know what you think about that one. But there's a Japanese saying that says hara hachibu, and I know I'm saying it wrong. Did my best. But it is a Japanese philosophy that basically talks about eating until you're 80% full. And I love that idea, but it also can go with our bathroom. So when we are decluttering and we're putting things back now into our baskets or our bins or our drawers, I want you to think about leaving 20% left. So you have some space. You don't need to fill every single corner. I know that's different for people like me. We think we need to fill up every possible space, but we don't. Actually leaving 20% of the spaces in your drawers or in your closet is gonna make everything work better. Because what happens? We have to put our linens away. If the closet is totally full, we are uncomfortable, we're shoving things and we're angry as we push things into the closet. But if we leave that 20% of room at all times, that means that every time that we're going in there, it's much easier to find what we need because there is space within the confines of our containers, of our drawers, and it makes everything feel better, flow better. It's just like when we are leaving space in our homes for air. We have just done an amazing job decluttering these categories, organizing these categories, and now our bathroom is starting to feel pretty good, right? And we need to do the last thing, which some of us, including myself, maybe not our favorite part of the bathroom, but it's the cleaning part of the bathroom. And how are we going to simplify this process so that we don't mind cleaning the bathroom as much as possible. But it really comes down to simplifying our cleaning supplies so that we maybe have one or two things that work and we're not stuffing our bathroom full of cleaning supplies because, let's be honest, we're probably not using them. We're probably still using the 1 to 2 products and we just have a bunch of extra just in case. And so those are going to get out of our bathroom to free up some space. And I also want you to think about anything that you do have to keep in there, whether it is towels or your rug that you have in your bathroom. How can we simplify those things so that they're easy to clean? If you have those really fancy rugs on your floor that you have to take out and special clean them, then maybe that's not the best choice for your bathroom. For me, what I've loved is I have this rug, it's two-sided. And so for lazy girl hack, what I do with my rug is that I just flip it over to the other side when the first side gets dirty. The other side's perfectly fine. And then I can use it for another week or so until it really needs to be cleaned. And so that's saving me that time and energy. And it's a very easy rug that I can just throw in the washing machine. I don't need to do anything special to it. So if you are feeling overwhelmed cleaning your bathroom, think about how your surfaces are being cleaned. Think about the ease of access to get to your cleaning supplies, simplify your cleaning supplies. Let's make this so simple for ourselves that at least if we don't enjoy cleaning our bathroom, it's not something that is a massive all-day chore. I hope that helps. But anyway, I've had a great time sharing this stuff with you. I would love to know what your opinions are and what you guys do in your bathroom that works for you, what things you have decluttered over the past week after watching this video, hopefully. And if you want to continue your journey, which I totally recommend, then watch one of these videos right here. And I wish you guys all the very best.